everybody, and welcome to a brand new season for the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. It is launch day for the brand new season. With it has come 2 pre-season tests. Once again, alongside me is Josh as well. Nick can't be with us today, but will be joining us when the season starts in 2 weeks' time. And I'm in the commentary box, couldn't get there, but for once, I'm not that one bit disappointed. It's been miserable weather all afternoon, and it's a very good afternoon to our reporter trackside today, Josh. Josh, it looks miserable, but the weather hopefully will make up for the fact that we've got some good action. But just as we want here, all the cars have gone into the pit lane.
Yeah, it is absolutely, well, it was absolutely chipping it down. It's starting to rain again. It's absolutely brilliant, classic April British weather.
Absolutely is, and the cars have got around about 23 minutes left, and then they'll do some practice starts as well. So what's it like then being back? You were there, actually, the last race of the season at Brands Hatch, and that's when we went off air, and now we're back on air for 2023, exactly the same situation, and I think you're even standing roughly in the same area you were about 6 months ago.
Yeah, where I was standing, actually, if I turn the camera, it was absolutely just up there in the island over Trills, and I've not had a proper look at it, as I definitely, there we go, sideways,
yeah.
There we go. I definitely didn't forget to have a look at the new license post for. That definitely was not.
Yes, because the last time you were trackside, you nearly did get killed by a flying Porsche and fly as well in that race. So definitely good that they've changed the situation there. Well, this is how it looks then at the moment as well, coming into this afternoon session. Hill's the fastest on a 48.560. Camish, Chilton, Smith, Cook, Watson. We've got Doble, Turkington, Gamble's back, Butcher, Jelly, Butel, Holstead, Osborne, Patterson, Morgan and Collard. They're the 17 that have run this afternoon. But of course, the bigger news is that for the first time in a long, long time, we have no team dynamics. The Honda Yassif Racing guys aren't here this weekend and for the entire season. Team principal Matt Neal deciding that the funding wasn't there, so they've pulled out of it as well. Gordon Shedden not there. Dan Rowbottom is still here. He's moved over to Napa Ford as well. We'll get on to that in a second. But Josh, how weird is it being in the paddock and there's no Hondas there for the factory team?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Don't get in the puddles.
It really, really is. And also, no Jason Plato.
Yeah, that's true. Forgot about that. No Jason Plato either on the screen at the moment, as there is actually the pit lane exit, as Josh is showing us. Hopefully there's a car coming back through, but yeah, there is. Who is it, Josh? Looks like Dexter Patterson.
Number 17.
So it is Dexter Patterson heading out. He's currently 15th in the running order. So yeah, how strange is it then not having Jason Plato there, no Gordon Shedden, Rowbottom's still there but he's moved on, but Matt Neal's not there. It must be a very different feeling in the touring car paddock.
Yeah, it really, really is. As we've got Dexter Patterson.
Just coming around the back half of the circuit, yeah. We knew something would go on. This is the problem with lives as well. Yeah, it's Omi's just saying as well, Josh T doing it for the team. Yep, we've put him out in horrible conditions in wet weather, and he's been out there all day. He's also been on the Twitter account. We've got a brand new Twitter for this season as well coming across at JB Motorsports YT on Twitter, and you can get in touch with us as well there. We'll be showing you all the information shortly, as Josh is having a few technical issues actually, so we'll actually wait for him to get through. Cars going through. Patterson just starting a lap time. Oh, you're back with us, Josh. We've got you again to come through. So, yeah.
Yeah, I found out I got the low battery 20% remaining, and then like a minute after I got the 10%. So I was like, why is my phone not charging?
Oh my! Are you going to last the rest of the broadcast? We've got 20 minutes.
Yes, I will. Don't worry.
Brilliant. Here we go then. Let's take a look then. That's Dexter Patterson doing some laps there at the moment. So you're on a perfect gantry position looking down at Graham Hill. Looks absolutely fantastic. Okay. Thanks, Josh. We'll be back with you shortly because now what we're going to do is let's take a quick look back at what you've been tweeting us throughout the day as well. Oh, he's disappeared, disconnected as well. So this is what he's been tweeting us throughout the day, and it all started this morning as well. We had bright sunshine after a little bit of a rainstorm as well. A wonderful picture that Josh took as well, trackside. Then we've come through. We had our first red flag of the session because Ricky Collard stopped and beached it at the gravel down at Clearways. It was an easy to attract the Toyota as well. Toyota because you got to 3 cars this season, so easy to retrieve that and get it going as more cars coming out of the pit lane. Then we had back under green flag conditions as well with some more track images, what Josh provided us with across the season as they come out. 96 has just come out as well of Jack Butel. Then we had another red flag, our second of the day as well, because Stephen Jelly crashed at the top of Druids as well. You can see on the images, recovery vehicles came out, and you can just about see here on the image we're showing you with what we had, damaged front end to the car as well. He went on square, but the car has been repaired. He's done a couple of bits of running this afternoon. There's our world champion as well for Tom Ingram with the number 1 on the side of his car, making his venture on the track as well. Nicely done. He was nearly topping the session earlier on. Druids proved to be Josh's favourite spot to get some images. There is another image of Ingram and then 4 more coming through as well. So definitely we'll see some thumbnails of them throughout the season as well. Powell had a small lock-up, went deep into Druids as well. Josh just got a snap of it in time at the exit. Some other media people around here on the media day. Then we had another red flag, our third of the day, as Smith stopped at Druids, and Josh had literally just moved. We were talking to each other all day. Josh had moved from Druids uphill as well, so we just got an image of it there at the background.
Typical.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? Absolutely typical to happen. Went green again as we got another shot of Ingram, who topped the session in the morning with a 47.928. And this was when the checkered flag came out as well. Josh was at the balcony as well, just above the commentary box area, looking at the cars going down in towards turn number 1 as well. And this is how they stood this morning then in the session. Ingram was fastest, 47.928, followed by Sutton, 48 thousandths down. Then it was Rowbottom, Butcher, Camish, Turkington, Cook, Morgan, Gamble, Watson, Pearson, Smith, Osborne, Hill, Holstead, Doble, Moffat, Collard, Powell, Chilton and Jelly rounded out the 21 cars that went out there as well. This morning, as Josh found out as well, in between the lunch break, that's when the weather really came back in, and the big gusts we've been expecting all day, disrupting the MSV flag as well. One side of the track, as Josh saw, dark clouds with a storm blowing through, the other bright sunshine. That shifted over the last couple of hours. More rain has come through as well. Green light the exit the pit lane for the session 2 till 5 p.m. of course, but this is what really made me a bit jealous. Josh got access to the pit lane as well, as we see here. Chilton was the first car out in the afternoon session, venturing out in what was damp but sunny conditions, still very cold. Coming out, Holstead 2 came out on the circuit, as you can see. Getting straight back out there in his debut season for the touring cars. And then coming through as well, Chilton making another run through. Pit lane access in the back. That's where Josh is at the moment, with some wet tyres being prepared. They've had to be used as well. Collard and Butcher's car in the pit lane. Powell as well, as you can see at the back. That's where Josh is going to be a bit later on as well, in the back of the pit lane. Gamble now out on the track after Josh found him in the pit lane as well. Some incredible angles you've got actually access to. Then 2 hours ago, the rain started to fall again. Current conditions on the track as well did not look great, and that's where we are right now with our live stream. So let's bring Josh back up for us as well. And how's the weather now with 15 minutes of the session to go, Josh?
Absolutely tipping it down.
Oh my God, is it really? So that's just come down the last couple of seconds?
But one of the cars have come back out, though.
It's the 17 again. That's made a venture out onto the circuit. That is going to be Dexter Patterson. Rest of the cars going through. So looks like it's going to be the champion who has set the fastest time from the first session this morning of Tom Ingram. So I suppose that's good. But Sutton, I think, is going to be a very close second, as we saw, Josh. 48 thousandths difference between them as well. If you can hear me, do you reckon Sutton's got a shot at another title this year?
Yes, but way too easy to tell. Like way too way too early to tell.
And I'm loving this as well. Just standing in the commentary box, and for once, we've actually put Josh right where he needs to be. We've put our pit reporter in the pit lane, and there is Colin Turkington's car. So it looks like he's all sorted as well. Josh can't. By the way, we're on speakerphone as well, and also coming there the 33. So two beautiful touring cars there as well coming through to this season. Josh is also he can only hear me and speak via the earphones. So I'm actually our commentary is basically just blurting out to anybody who can hear us walking past. Is that all right, Josh? All going okay? No, we've lost him. Data signal's a bit. There we go. Just about here in the background. Data signal's getting a bit mistaken. Anyway, this is what we were talking about earlier on as well, and this is what we really wanted to get through, was coming into the fact that we've had a little bit of an interesting mix as well with the news of Honda, Honda Yassiv Racing and Team Dynamics not being in the paddock this year. There was a lot of people saying, well, is that really the fault of Dan Rowbottom? And I don't think it is. Rowbottom and his sponsors have moved to another team. They've moved to Napa Ford. And yesterday, on Media Day, they spoke to David Addison, the commentator for ITV4, and this is what he had to say.
According to the internet, you're the man that's killed off Team Dynamics. How do you sleep at night?
You know, it wasn't a great news article to read last week, if I'm honest. Obviously myself and my partners, Cataclaim, we spent 2 years there. But ultimately, we had a 2-year contract which ran out, and there were commercial decisions that were taken. And we've ended up with Napa Racing UK, and ultimately, for me and for Cataclaim, it's a fantastic place. The push that Napa are putting into the brand and into the championship as a whole, and also motorsport in general, is huge, and we wanted to be a part of it. So there you go.
Now, one accusation from your former team boss in a close season was that you were a bit soft in races last year. Is that a fair comment? And if not, how robust are you going to be this year with those two teammates to overcome?
I think it's difficult, really. Last year, I think in my first year at Honda, I don't think I was too soft at all. We had a car that we could attack with, and that I could attack with, and if I wanted to go for a gap, the car made it happen. I just pointed it in the right direction, it worked. Last year we didn't have that, so there were instances, I think, where perhaps I could have been a little bit more elbows out. I think you could say that for any touring car driver. But to say that I'm a little bit soft, I don't see the point of breaking cars when I know I'm not. When I know there's no hope to strive for. What's the point of smashing the car to bits? Could have come home with a box of bits every weekend, and he wouldn't be very happy about that either. So ultimately, it's about management, isn't it? Only fight the fights you can win.
Strong words from Dan Rowbottom as well, and Josh is just about back with us. He's passing underneath the circuit as well. In fact, you really want to see how quick he's moving. The car, it's just sort of accelerating a bit movement. You can see double of me now as well, which is quite funny. But no, in all seriousness, Dan Rowbottom, we saw him coming up in the junior categories as well. A mighty fine driver, 110%. He's going to be up there as well. I can hear that Josh is back up as well, but my word, passing underneath the circuit to get to the end.
I've just come out from under the tunnel and it is absolutely pouring it down.
Yeah, the rain is bad, actually. I've just been looking at the weather, Josh. Wind speed is now up to 34 miles per hour, and the rain is getting heavier. So we might see an early stoppage here, because it is... what's the wind like? Is it around about 34 miles per hour where you are?
It is definitely not 34 miles per hour.
More or less?
Way more.
Way more. Well, that's the sisters we've got up here in the commentary box telling us that as well. But I believe you. Oh, what have you spotted? Go on. Wow, look at that. It's really raining. That is really bad. We've got some bikes and there's some grandstands. I presume you're not allowed... Look at that. You can see, actually, the rain being blown away across there. So I feel really bad that this is the one time we've actually put you in the pit lane for the first time this season, and it is absolutely throwing it down. I feel so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, we are currently hiding under the director's terrace stairs opposite the fun zone.
Is it fun being where you are? Which one's the fun zone?
Well, there's nothing fun other than a JCB. Forklift getting rid of the concrete barriers from the Red Devil ride from Sunday.
Yeah, of course, you were back there. You were at Brands on Sunday, so it's only been a couple of days since you were last there.
Yeah, I was actually up in one of
The commentary areas, weren't you? Yes, yeah. Thought so. You were up in one of the commentary areas behind there. 2 cars out on the track then as well. So let me just take a quick look and see exactly who they are, because they're the new numbers this season. So we've got Watson out there on the circuit. And our old friend Dexter Patterson making some runs out there today as well. Only 17 cars progressing. Now, with the British Touring cars and their pre-season testing, this is basically the only official pre-season test we have. And they call it the launch day. Basically, this is where all the media come in, everything as well gets through. This is where we see all of the drivers out on the track for the first time all together. But then the teams are allowed to go and do their own individual bits as well. Look at the rain out there. That's getting heavier. And thank God you've got waterproof boots on. Yeah, Josh is now walking back to the paddock area as well, which is coming through. 8 minutes to go the session then. And, Tom Ingram's out in the circuit, Josh. Tom Ingram's ventured out. He's in the middle sector. So Ingram has gone through, according to the tracker. It's it getting worse, the weather?
I am surprised that they are actually still running in this, to be honest.
It's not good, is it? It's really, really not good.
Yes.
Oh, there's the weather, and there's the wet we can see. That is really bad now. Surprise! Just hearing some cars in the background. Yeah, I'm very surprised, Josh, they haven't red flagged it. What have you seen?
Literally, as soon as I walked out from under the stairs, my hood went flying.
Well, you might be interested to know that wind speeds are now at 37 miles an hour. And what was it predicted at, you were saying earlier? Was it 40 mile per hour winds?
Peak at 52.
Oh, God, you better take it out there. Oh, brilliant. And look at that. That's a brilliant view, Josh, where you are on the grass area.
That was Tinkham.
Yep, Tingram's out there.
So trying not to slip over right now.
Do not slip over live, otherwise that is going to go into our bloopers immediately. Well, this is bringing back memories. This is where we saw last year. This is where we ended it. So we're starting where we finish. But, of course, round 1 is at Donington Park. That is in 2 weeks' time on the 22nd and the 23rd of April. More coverage of the touring cars coming as well. Race 1 and Race 3 definitely live. We're still trying to find out what about Race 2, whether or not I will step away from the commentary box and somebody else will come in to run that session as well, so we can get touring cars live to you this season as much as possible. The rumour, I think at the moment, someone else will step into the role for Race 2 and I'll be back for Race 3. But that is really, really bad. Can you actually get back up that hill? That's what I'm worried about without you slipping.
I am in no cover at all, and it is brilliant weather out here.
Okay, we've got to get Josh an umbrella, and we need to get him a headset that connects to an XLR mic so that he can just hear us and put that on as well. I will be sending you links.
have an umbrella, but the winds are too strong, and it will just go into and it will just go into the shadow realm.
That's true. It'll probably end up on the track and we'll have to have another red flag. So, yeah, good point. There's a car coming towards you, Josh, just exiting out of Clearways now, down the start-finish straight. Let's take a listen.
Yep, I see it. It is Vicky Collard, and I think he's pitting.
Yeah, I think so too, with these conditions.
Here he comes.
Here he goes. Let's listen in. Oh, that's nice to see that the car's not damaged from this morning as well, and actual track action is always good as well. Josh is trackside for us like he has been all day at Brands Hatch this weekend.
Absolutely soaked.
Yes, hopefully you would have dried out by the time IndyCar comes around on Sunday when we're all together.
Debatable.
A good point, but at least Baku isn't going to be.
Here comes another one.
Yeah, who is it this time?
That is, I believe, Jelly, I think.
Ah, that'll be a shakedown?
No, it's the 42, not the 12, so that's George Gamble.
Gamble heading out there on the circuit in these tricky conditions. Yes, it is the 42 Gamble. We can see it now on the driver tracker.
And the number 77 of Sam Osborne's being pushed out of the garage, and another one's coming down from the end of the pit lane.
Yeah, we can just about see it as well on the screen that we can see here. I've got you up on the big monitor for a change because there's no other track action. You are literally our only cameras for seeing this action.
Here is, I believe, for the first time today, the 1, 2, 3 of Lloyd.
Yep, it is Lloyd for the first time. He hasn't ventured out on the circuit all day. So Dan Lloyd getting out there on the track as more drivers coming out, we believe, to get ready for the practice start, because that will happen in 4 minutes' time. It's 10 to the hour.
It looks like Osborne was just switching garages to get ready to go out. I don't know.
I must admit,
there are 2 cars coming down pit lane.
And coming towards you as well is the 42 of Gamble down the start-finish straight.
You've got the number 40 of Aaron Taylor-Smith and 17 of Dexter Patterson.
Yep, coming out, and here comes the 42 of Gamble, coming towards you somewhere on the circuit.
Pitted.
Yeah, it's stopped at the timing screen. 17's come out too, so Patterson back out there on the circuit too, Josh. Lloyd's coming through. 37 is coming towards you now of Collard.
Here he comes.
Yeah, here he is. Forget how long the pit straight actually is here. Here he is. Yep, fantastic shots there coming through. And Lloyd's coming right behind him as well down the start-finish straight. If we can see it just about. Is he coming to the pit lane actually? Yeah, Lloyd's pitted, I think, Josh.
Pitted.
Yeah, all come in. So just a bit of touring car Wednesday afternoon, just whetting your appetite, literally in Josh's case as well with getting drenched, but just getting ready for the season to start as well and seeing all the action out here as well. And who's coming towards us? 2 cars. We've got the 17 of Patterson and the 40 of Smith. Smith's right behind him unless he's pitted. Now here he comes down the start-finish straight.
Smith has one headlight out, and that's the front left. So he only has the front right working.
So if they forgot to put the bulb in, or he's touched something on the lap time there and we haven't seen it. Another car coming towards you, 37 of Patterson. Collard. Yeah, it was Collard going through out there. So 3 cars out on the track, as you can see on the tracker at the moment for the season launch of 2023. And we're in around about 2 minutes' time.
Lloyd again.
Yep. And coming through as well, Patterson. Lloyd's coming back out on the circuit. So, 2 minutes to go until we get the checkers.
Yep, I see Patterson. He's just coming through clear Ways and Clark curve.
I don't think he's pitted, although you can't tell on these monitors. Here he comes. So nice to actually hear the cars as well coming through. Coming round again. We're on the Indy circuit, in case you hadn't noticed, just so we let you all know.
I would have gone to 30s, but there's no actual cover near 30, so I would have got Drents.
Yeah, just I
am still getting Drents. But, yeah.
That was the 40 going through of Smith, and he's jumped up to 4th. That's Collard going through once again at the bottom of the circuit. Just 1 minute left then of pre-season testing for the QuidFit British Touring Car Championship coming into 2023. And I think there's that cars leaving the pit lane too, Josh.
Don't see any.
No, yeah, I don't. Oh, 2 cars coming towards you, Lloyd and Patterson. And here's Patterson. Directly going through as well at full speed. Coming up into the order as well. So 4 cars out on the circuit here for this. It says free practice 2. That's only because we've had 2 sessions, and Josh has been keeping up to date on all of the action across today on the Twitter. That is at JB Motorsports YT on Twitter, and you can get to it as well via the link tree in the description. 2 cars coming towards us once again. And that's the 40 going through as the
flag.
check there. Perfect time, that one there, Josh. Checkered flag is out, and that brings to an end the session. They can barely wave the flag as coming across the line. There comes Patterson to take the flag. So they can barely wave it, Josh. How's the wind looking then from the checkered flag's point of view?
Really windy. So windy.
Lloyd coming through, gets across the line. You can see by the rooster tail of spray behind exactly how bad it is out there as well on the circuit. Coming through now as well. They could do practice starts, which is why Josh is suffering down there as well. He's going to have to... I really hope the car is hot and you have a lot of hot fast food on the way back there. Look, my goodness, how cold are you? You've got really red. Oh, my word. Windy... Okay, thaw out in the car. Coming towards his end. That's the 37 again. So that's Collard taking the flag twice. And 40 taking the flag now as well. That's Smith. Or is he coming into the pit lane? Can't tell. No. Well, they're all just waiting now to practice starts. Into the pit. And there comes the 17 in the pits.
Patterson for his practice start.
Yeah, this is what we were most looking forward to as well. Getting the drivers out there, hearing some starts as well. It's in mixed conditions, but they're going to have to do it at some point. There's no rolling start procedure in the touring cars, so even if it's coming down like this, we'll have to do a standing start. And he's going to take it right up on pole position. We'll hear him. Not revving the engine just too late. Oh, perfect angle there, Josh, cutting through there. Fantastic. Patterson. Oh, he can't get away. He tried to pull away, and then he was just wheel spinning at the front. Away we go. Patterson gingerly throttles it as well.
We have got George Gamble coming out as well. And look how deep this puddle is.
Oh my God! Get your foot out of that water. That is too deep a puddle. This is why you need a promotion. Yeah, that is unbelievable how deep that puddle is. The commitment that you've gone to today, Josh, is unbelievable for touring cars. Right, let's get you first one to dry, and we'll have to head you into the pit lane soon as well. And some wet
I believe
grass.
we've got George Gamble coming around for a practice start.
I think he's boxed. I can't see anyone on the driver tracker yet, Josh. If you've got the eye.
George Gamble came out of the pit lane, and then the pit lane lights went red.
Ah, so has he been stalled then at the exit of the pit lane and have to be pushed back? Yeah, look at the river just flowing down there as well on the circuit. Okay, I think the track...
It is literally a river. Look at this.
That is really bad. And that's going to be flowing onto the circuit soon as well. My God, it really is just a river going downhill. It does not look tasty at all. Right. Well,
Here comes Gamble.
Oh, was he doing a practice start? Okay. Our driver tracker was wrong. Come on, George. Put on pole and give us a start here at Brands Hatch. So much intrigue. Oh,
One minute.
Oh, he's gone the wrong way. Oh, we had to give it a few beats to the throttle there, didn't he, Gamble, to get that away?
Why couldn't he just gone where I was?
I think he must have seen you and decided, no, not going there. I'll make it a bit harder for Josh to run around. Okay, so...
Rest increased sunglasses.
You've dropped your sunglasses?
I have no idea whose those are, but they were just random sunglasses at Van Tap.
Well, no, hang on, Josh, you've missed a perfect opportunity to pick them up and go asking people in the paddock, are these your sunglasses? You could do a proper Martin Brundle. He's now thinking.
I am Brent.
Are you going to the paddock now?
I mean, I can, but when I went round there, just before I came back round here, lots of the teams were already packing up and had their barriers across.
Ah, so we're not going to get anyone, you think?
I don't think so, no.
Right, makes sense because of the weather. They've all packed up as well to take it through to the end of the session. Okay, well, we'll let Josh get in the shade for a second, and I'll tell you about the results from the second session. So we'll let Josh get out of the cold and get a little bit in shelter, because I can see water droplets just on his phone at the moment. It's unbelievable on his camera. Okay, so session results then from practice 2, the second session of the day. That sees hill topping in a very wet afternoon, 48.560. Camish is second, 49.063. Chiltern third as well, 49.093. Then we get Smith, followed by Cook, Watson, Doble, Turkington, Gamble and Butcher rounds out the top 10. Jelly, Butel, Halstead, Osborne, Patterson the 15, Morgan, Collard, Lloyd and Ingram the 19 that run in the afternoon session. Okay, end of the day, and it's time for Josh to hopefully get dry and get a lot of food. What have you made then of today's session then, Josh? Anybody standing out to you that could be a very interesting situation for prospect of 2023?
Wet. Very wet.
I'm sorry.
And this is my camera.
It's gone foggy, isn't it?
I have wiped, and it's still blurry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to
do that.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Pull my cable out and just do this.
Yeah.
Go like that.
Yeah, we can see you. That's fine. I thought you might do that. Okay then. So it's weird not having any of the older guys there, but a new era of the touring cars coming through. Give us a race winner prediction for race 1.
You had to ask me that, didn't you?
Well, yeah. You've been there all day.
Race 1, 6. People have been looking strong. Cook, Hill, Tom Ingram's really been looking strong as well.
I'm happy to stay with Tom Ingram if you're happy to stay with Tom Ingram. Yep, I'll stay with Tom Ingram. Right, I think a massive round of applause is deserved to you, Josh, for your entire Twitter coverage today and being out in the rain for the last all day really, but especially the live for the last half hour. Thank you incredibly so much for that, and we will see you in IndyCar if you've thawed out this weekend.
Maybe not. Might still be a little bit damp.
You'll never let me live this down, you know. I'm now going to go out in the rain at some event this year. Portland's going to probably be flooded out or something like that. Anyway, okay, thank you, Josh.
Or you could have a TV screen tapping you.
That's true. It's already happened. One's already died, and it keeps coming back to us. So that needs to get changed. Okay, safe travels home, Josh. Thanks for today. Thanks to everyone for watching. Touring Car starts in 2 weeks' time at Donington Park as well. The first 3 rounds of the championship. Also coming up this weekend, we've got MotoGP's America's Grand Prix and the Long Beach Grand Prix for IndyCar. My thanks to you, Josh. Get home safe and see you all soon. Bye-bye.